The eyeballs shown here can be bought at the dollar store. These are rubber eyeballs that are very pliable and flexible. You can cut them to size. They also come 5 to a pack for only $1. To make them more realistic, you can find a Sharpie marker and pick the color of your choice. For this particular project, I chose green. Draw the greater circle around the pupil and then fill it in. Black Sharpie to make the pupil larger and more believable. This project is great and it was super easy and barely cost about $5. As you can see, it's missing one eye, and the lights and batteries do not work, and the eyes do not work anymore either. Here's the front view. Diagonal. And the side view. For this step, you will need spider web, which I also bought at the dollar store. You'll need a hot glue gun and plenty of glue, a pair of scissors to cut your spider web, and then you'll also need your eyeball or whatever you plan on gluing onto your skull. You always do your accessories first before you do your overlay. The first area that I started to work on was over the broken eye. I put hot glue over like the eye socket, stuffed it with spider web, the cotton, and then I just stretched out the spider web and started to overlay it on the whole entire skull. I added in a little bit of thickness around the left side of the mouth so it would look like lips were still there and covered some of the teeth. On the right side of the skull, I decided to kind of mold it a little bit to make more of a face shape around the jawline. I put a pair of gloves on after I had already hot glued all of my cotton or spider web. So I went back with the glove on and dipped my fingers into the wood glue and kind of smoothed down the cotton to make it a little bit more form-fitting, and this also helps it look more like tissue or skin. For this next step, you will need some kind of paint to get this muddy effect. I actually found a wood stain that I had in my garage. The only other thing to use was a bristled brush. So all I did was I lightly dipped my brush into this very dark wood stain and just kind of stroked on where I wanted it, which you can see is kind of all over, but it gave it a really nice textured, muddy, mummified look. After you're done placing your cotton and adding your stain, the very last step that you're going to do is actually my personal favorite, is making it come to life and adding the blood. For this, you're just going to need a good spray blood or drip blood. I used a drip blood for this one.